Okay, cool. So we are live. Awesome. So if you're a coach, then you know that video is probably one of the fastest ways that you can build authority and trust. But I think a big challenge that a lot of coaches face is that the second that you're about to hit record, or you're faced with that little red go live button, your shoulders, they start to climb up towards your ears, your mouth, it starts to go dry. And everything that you wanted to say, it comes out sounding a bit like, can you remember the cartoon character Porky the Pig? Like, it comes out sounding a bit like that. Well, if that is you, then this live, we're going to dive into that, because I'm going to show you how to build what I call skill confidence. So this is skill confidence on camera. This is a kind of confidence that grows a bit like a muscle. So the more that you use it, the bigger it gets. And here's a really cool bit. What I'm going to share with you tonight, it's not about putting on an act or trying to look perfect. It's about showing up as the confident expert that you already are, so that people, they actually connect with you and see you as the go-to coach in your space. So as we go through this video, if it is really useful for you, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching it on the replay, just give it a little thumbs up, either in the comments below, just so that I know that this type of content is useful. Just when I'm planning future videos, I want to make sure that I'm delivering value each time I jump on. So I'm willing to bet that it's not that you don't know what to say. I mean, you've probably got, if you're anything like me, you'll have notebooks that are full of ideas. You've got some client wins that you can share. You've probably got some coaching frameworks that really help people. But the real blocker is, when it comes to you going on camera, is that you're waiting to feel confident first. So what's going on inside your head is you're thinking, once I feel ready, then I will jump on video. Or once I feel ready, then I'll post. But here's the thing, confidence doesn't show up at the start. Confidence is built after you start to do the reps. So I want to show you a quick picture. Let me just change to a different screen. May not look like a different screen to you, but it will be, and it will all appear in just a moment. So you might have heard of the competence confidence loop before. So what happens is that you put in some reps. So you start taking action. This then builds up some competence. Hopefully you can read my writing. Yep, you can, perfect. And this then leads to you feeling more confident, which then means that you then put in some more reps. You're more keen to put in the reps, but you've got to start doing the reps initially. So let me move this out of the way. So let's just say that you put in the reps. So you record a video. And when you record the video, you notice what worked and what didn't. So then you'll make some adjustments and think about what you'll do differently next time. So then when you go on camera, you feel a little bit better next time you go on, because you've had these little learnings from the time that you did it before. And then that competence, like you starting to understand it, that then starts to feed your confidence. And then the more confident that you feel, the more willing you are to do the next rep. So that little loop of rep, competence, confidence, rep, that starts to grow and it starts to gain momentum. It starts to speed up. If you think about this, if we compare it to when you learn to drive. When you learned to drive, you didn't wait to feel confident before you got in the car. When you learned to drive, you had to just get in the car. And initially, you stalled. If you're anything like me, you probably bunny hopped your way down the road that first time. You probably sweated, or maybe even swore, as you were going around a lot of the roundabouts. And only after time of doing that did confidence then show up. And it's the same thing here when it comes to you as a coach wanting to get out there on camera. So if you've been waiting for that magical day when you'll feel confident enough to shoot a video or to go live, I've got a little bit of a spoiler here. That day is never going to come, because confidence is not going to be delivered to your doorstep. The confidence is built in the doing. But I just want to jump in and say that there are actually two kinds of confidence that every single coach needs. So first, there is what I call the core confidence. So this is your deep sense of self-belief. Think of it like the foundation of a house. Let's do some more drawing. Think of it like the foundation of a house. So down at the bottom here, you've got your foundations. So this is your core confidence. Now, if that foundation, if that is shaky, then the whole structure that's built on top of that, it starts to wobble. So core confidence is what allows you to stand tall. It allows you to stand tall in who you are. It allows you to trust your voice as you speak. That core confidence, it helps you believe that you're meant to be in the coaching business. To be honest with you, your ability to succeed as a coach, it really rests upon this foundational confidence. So this is the core confidence. The second kind of confidence, this is a skill confidence. And this is so you've got your foundations. The skill confidence is like the house built on top of the foundations. Oh, my lovely drawing of a house. How amazing is that? If I didn't impress you with my speaking skills, I was sure I've impressed you with my drawing skills. So think of the house, and then think of each room in this house. It represents a skill that you develop as a coach. So marketing might be in one room. You might have sales in another room. You might have delivering your coach in another room. But for today, what we're looking at is the video room. So this is the skill of showing up on camera with confidence. Let me get that out of the way. Perfect. Now, this whole idea of the two kinds of confidence, so we've got the core confidence and then the skill confidence. The core confidence is something that we cover inside Mind Academy, and we probably spend maybe 7 or 8 hours on this core confidence because it is so important. Without core confidence, nothing else holds. But in this video today, I just want to focus on helping you build the one room, which is the skill confidence on video room, because it is a very powerful room when it comes to your marketing, when it comes to sharing your expertise online. We really need to get that confidence built up around going on camera. So a few years ago, I came up with something that helped me explain confidence to not only to my clients, but it also helped me explain it when I was delivering workshops and presenting on stage. And it really seemed to simplify the process down into something that made it seem possible for people. And I call this the confidence generator formula. And it's split into 3 simple parts. Let me draw them out for you. Check out this little bit of magic you're about to see. My drawing might have been shaky before, but by the magic of, it didn't work. That's because I was on the rubber. Let's do it again. There we go, magic, bing. There we go, look at that, nice straight lines. So as I say, it's made up of 3 parts. And this simple model I'm about to share with you, this can be applied to anything that you need to build a skill-based confidence around. So not just camera, this applies to absolutely everything as well. And this little formula allows you to stop waiting to feel confident, and instead it allows you to start building it instead. So let's go through the sides of the triangle one at a time. So the first side is confidence is a skill. So like any skill, there are things that you need to learn and get better at. So when it comes to video, for example, let me put this off screen for a second. When it comes to video, for example, this could be maybe how to structure a short script so that you don't ramble on when you're doing the video. It could be how to use basic camera gear so that you can make yourself look and sound more professional. It could be the idea of how to craft a simple story that actually lands with your audience. It could be working out how to edit. So you might be fine recording, but then you don't know how to edit, so you're worried it's not going to look very good. But all of these things, these are skills that you can study and you can practice. And every single one of these little skills that you learn, what it does is it adds another little layer of that confidence. So what I want you to think about is when it comes to presenting on camera, what is one skill that you could focus on this week? So maybe that is, okay, I want to script a whole bunch of reels. I want to record some reels for Instagram. And I want to learn how to script them so that they're nice and clear and concise. It could be, do you know what? I need to learn how to set up so that I can film and make it look better than filming with a potato or something. So each little skill that you get as a brick in your confidence wall. So what is one skill that you can focus on for the next week that is going to allow you to build that side of the triangle? Now, I am going to give you a quick word of warning here. Let me get rid of that. Quick word of warning here. If you're watching this and you are the kind of person who gets stuck in knowledge acquisition. So you have a bit of information, but then you go, do you know what? I need a little bit more. And then you need a little bit more. And then you're watching another YouTube video, then another YouTube video. And you find yourself just acquiring knowledge instead of actually taking action. Then if that is you, then you've got to make sure that you move into the second part as quickly as possible, which is putting in the reps. And the second part is the next part of the formula. Very quickly though, I am interested, and you can drop it in the comments below, if you would be interested in me running a 2-hour workshop on storytelling. I've started writing it. I'm thinking about doing it at the start of September. Haven't got the exact date yet, but if that's something that is of interest to you, then I will probably announce it first of all on Instagram. So if you make sure that you're following there, so Anthony Lay Speaks, if you go on Instagram and follow me there, I'll post up either in the stories or I'll post up a reel about the workshop once I've decided upon a date. But it'll be a 2-hour workshop. I'll run it for free. It will not be any charge for it, but I really want to help coaches develop that skill so that they feel confident going on camera, or even if that's speaking on stage and being able to share some stories. So 2-hour workshop, I'm still putting it together at the moment. It'll be in September at some point in time. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. So it's a skill. The second part of this is if you can read my writing, it is active. So it's like a muscle. And if you want it to grow, you've got to train it. So you don't walk into the gym, and the moment that you walk into the gym, all of a sudden you've got massive muscles. It takes work. It takes you lots of times of going to the gym. Now, so the same thing applies for video. And you can just start small. It could be for 5 or 7 days, maybe for a week. You simply, at the end of each day, you just grab your camera and you just journal your day speaking to the camera. No pressure, no posting, just get used to talking to the camera lens. And then maybe after 7 days, do you know what? You shoot one short video and then you post it onto social media. If you're the kind of person who is ready to take a bit of a bigger leap and you're a little bit braver, then just skip straight to posting. I remember this actually, my very first mentor in the world of magic. So if you are new to my, let me get rid of this. If you are new to my world, I've got into the world of coaching and speaking through, initially I did magic, then got into mentalism, and now I travel around Australia at different corporate events. But I remember when I very first got into magic and my mentor said to me, everybody needs a place to be bad. So my question is, are you willing to be bad in order to get good? If the answer, when I ask you that question, if the answer is that you're not willing, then you might have a bit of a problem with going on camera. So the real secret is that the reps don't have to be perfect. The reps just have to be done. So like a muscle, you've got to train it. Bring a triangle back up on the screen. And then the final part of this, so it's skill, it is active, and the last one, it is situational. What do you mean? So what I mean here is that you might be great at delivering coaching one-on-one, but the minute that the camera light turns red or that you see your face suddenly in the screen, or you feel like you've got to talk into this empty lens, everything changes. Because your brain, it now sees it as a different situation. It now sees it as something unknown. So the key with this part of it, with the situational part, is to identify. Identify whereabouts does the fear kick in? Is it hitting the record button? Is it that you go blank after your first opener? Is the fear, does it arrive when it comes to the actual posting of the video for other people to see? Let me get rid of that again. So once you know the exact moment that makes you back away from doing the camera or from posting online, you can practice that moment deliberately, and you can start to rewire your response. Because the moment that you identify, the moment that you shine a light on what scares you, you give yourself the power to change it. So that is the confidence triangle. Let me bring it up one more time for you. So it is active, it is a skill, it is situational. So what is one thing that you could learn this week that's going to add to the skill? How can you get in some reps this week? How can you get in some reps? And then also identify whereabouts the fear is, and then start to step towards it rather than moving away. So that's a confidence generator formula. What time are we on here? I'll tell you what, let's go a little bit deeper. I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I do think that it is worth me sharing this, because I do believe that this is where a lot of coaches really get tripped up. This is the reason why confidence suddenly vanishes the second that little red light comes on your camera. So that little red light, what it does, or when you see your face suddenly on the screen or whatever, a trigger fires. So inside your brain, this trigger gets fired up. And then doubt starts to kick in. And overthinking starts to kick in as well. And this overthinking then feeds more doubt. And then you end up in this sort of spiral, and it becomes a bit of a loop. Let me actually draw it for you. So let me move that one out of the way. So let's just say that you have this trigger moment. So you see yourself on screen. You can't see that very well, can you? Look, it says trigger. There we go. So trigger moment. Then you go into overthinking. Oh no, what am I going to do? This might go wrong. Then you end up in self-doubt, which then causes you to overthink some more. And then what ends up happening is this just gets out of control, spiraling out of control, until you end up in kind of analysis paralysis sort of moment. So what happens here is when that trigger kicks in, when you start to doubt and you start to overthink, your prefrontal cortex, that logical part of your brain, it pretty much just goes offline, which means that you lose the ability to think your way out of it. You just end up stuck. So what do we do instead? How do we get around this? We decide ahead of time. So my mentor, Chase Hughes, he says this really nicely, and that is that under pressure, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your training. So that's why with the clients that I coach, what we do is we install an on-camera default. So it is a simple, pre-decided response that kicks in automatically when the wobbles hit, because your brain's going to go offline. You're not going to be able to think what to do. So you need to decide ahead of time what the action is, and then get some muscle memory in so that you just default to that the moment that it happens. So a simple process that you could look at in order to do this is, first of all, one, identify your trigger. So what is it that causes the trigger for you? The second part is to decide upon an action. So what is the action that you're going to take when that happens? Make it something simple, make it something that also includes moving the body as well. So it could be the case of a simple breath in and then a calm breath out, whatever it is, but you want to change your physiology as well as changing the thoughts inside your head. So you've got this, then have some sort of inner script going on as well. What is that inner script that you're going to say to yourself? And then what you want to do is you want to practice this ahead of time so that when the stress does hit, you default back to this. Easiest way for me to explain this is to tell you a story. So when I very first got into magic, I used to be really nervous going up to the tables. So started out doing roving magic, go to different tables, 5 or 6 minutes at each table, do a bit of magic. It involved me going up and introducing myself to a lot of tables. I used to find that really scary. And that moment when I knew I had to approach a table, that would be the trigger. I would then hold back. I would start checking my pockets, thinking I needed to go and get another drink of water, go back to the bathroom, just rechecking the cards, reshuffling stuff. And it was all just me procrastinating and not actually moving forwards. So what I did, because I realized this was holding me back from walking forwards, my simple action was this. And that was to make eye contact with somebody that I thought looked friendly on the table, to smile at them and then take one step forwards. That simple action, what it did was it broke the pattern of me going backwards. It broke the pattern of me procrastinating and then started me on this forward momentum. It just interrupted the pattern, which then allowed me to move forwards. As I say, that's how simple it was. It was just look, smile, one step. That was it, as simple as that. So I am going to say it's going to be really scary and probably pretty unnerving the first few times that you do this. To be honest with you, when I was doing the magic, I reckon it took me maybe 6 months to get comfortable approaching the tables, but over time, you start to reprogram your response. So let's share it with this. Confidence isn't about how other people see you. It's about the relationship that you have with yourself. Every time that you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen that trust. Every single video that you post is proof that you did what you said you were going to do, proof that you can follow through, proof that you're building competence, which naturally then creates confidence. But all of this proof, what it does is it creates a better relationship with yourself, which then organically creates this confidence. Not only skill confidence, you'll find that this also impacts a core confidence as well. It will start to impact those foundations. That's why action matters so much more than waiting to feel ready. So every post that you do, it is literally rewiring your brain's reps, competence, confidence loop. So here's my challenge for you for this week. If you'd like a challenge, you don't have to do it, but I'm going to put one out there for you anyway. If you've never posted a video before, because you're too nervous to do it, I want you to commit to sharing just 2 short videos this week. Now, don't overthink it. Just share maybe a quick thought, maybe an insight, maybe something that you would normally say to a client. But just share 2 short posts. Don't worry about how they look. Just get on there and do them. If you've posted before, so if you are somebody that posts video, but you either you're still lacking confidence, or it feels like you're performing. So you post a video and it feels really performy, like it's not your natural self. Then my challenge to you is to record from who you truly are. So drop the polished act. Imagine that you are speaking to your favorite client over coffee, and then share from that place. I haven't done a live for a really long time, and I thought that I would, because sometimes the other videos I post out, we'll do them, we'll edit them, I'll make mistakes. I thought, no, I'm going to go live. So any mistakes, they get to be shown. You get to see me, who I truly am, without all of the editing, without all of the cutting out the ums and the ahs. This is me making mistakes. So doing this, you're going to start to create a path that's going to build trust with yourself. And the moment that you start trusting yourself, confidence, it kind of becomes inevitable. So if you are a coach and you want to start to get to that consistent 8 to 10K month kind of figure, if you want to be seen as an authority, if you want to have an audience that actually trusts you, then video is your leverage. Not because it's some cool, flashy thing to do, but because it shows your real self helping real people. So let's lock this in with a bit of a next step. I've created a really simple tool to help you rate your confidence so that you can track whereabouts you are right now, and you can see your progress as you build. I think I've got a copy of it down here. Have I got a copy of it down here? I don't know. I've normally got one down there, but I don't have it today. But it's basically 3 pages. 3 pages. What you got to do is you go through and you rate yourself from 1 to 10 on different sections, and it will show you whereabouts good confidence is good, whereabouts maybe you need to do some work. So if you want to get that, then the easiest way for you to get it is to head over to Instagram. Follow me there if you're not already following me on Instagram, and then just on any post, it doesn't matter which one, just comment the word confidence, and that will trigger my little AI assistant thing to send you the tool straight away. Plus, what it will also do is it'll put you on the email list so that you'll know when I'm going to be live again, also when I'm running the workshop, and you'll stay up to date on when the next round of Mine Academy is open for applications. So what you got to do now is, first of all, like this one, then head over to Instagram, comment confidence on any one of the posts, grab the tool, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for sticking around. If you watched through the whole video, thank you.